Good morning, sirs. I'm Handan Ismail Bissau, and I will be discussing now the module 1, which is the philosophical perspective of the self. So first, with Socrates. So Socrates said that the examined life is not worth living. For me, the examined life is full of sacrifices, full of hard work, full of hardship that examined your life. So I could say that the examined life is worth living. Then number 2 is the plateau. The self is in dual in nature of body and soul, and the components of soul is 3, which is the rational, spirited, and appetitive. And rational soul is the inventory of our intellectual that govern the affairs. Then the spirited, which is connected to our heart because it is charged of our emotions, thus we feel glad nor sad. The third realm is for our desire, aspire, passion, and ambition in our life, which is the appetitive soul. Number 3 is Saint Augustine. Saint Augustine say that the body is bound to die on earth and the soul is anticipate living internally in a realm of the spiritual bliss in communion with God. So for me, I believe that the self is composed of body and soul. Yes, then the body will replenish in soil or in this earth, but our soul is remain intact and it is travel to the said second life. Is René Descartes. The self is started to doubt whether the events he experienced at that moment are only product of his dreams and therefore illusions. So our life is full of illusions. The meaning for me is that our self is rely only on a dream. Doing well is only an illusions. Maybe because it will automatically done and gone. David Hume. He claimed that there is no self. For me, the meaning of this is I think there is no hereafter, no heaven, no hell, because all is temporary and it will turn all to nothing. And ourselves has no more existence in this world, but just a useless decoration of earth, as I understand myself in David Hume. All is nothing, thus there is no self. Is Immanuel Kant. So in Emmanuel, the self is united in the world. So for me, the self is not the body. It is outside the body and even outside the qualities of the body, meaning transcendence. We create because we have place to rule in this world. We live because we are significant, and that's what make our world complete. Gilbert Ryle. So Gilbert Ryle, we will only be able to understand the self based from the external manifestations. So, external self or the outer of our self. This is very usual understanding of the self. For me, we can know oneself by showing what he shows or what his values, behavior, expressions, and desires. We simply put judgment by what we see. So that is, I think, the philosophical perspective of Gilbert Ryle. Maurice Ponty. In Maurice, the self has mind and body, and that is intertwined, that they cannot be separated from one another. So, that is for the philosophical perspective of the self. Thank you.